Hi friends, I am Dr. Karamat. This is Scientific Doctor channel. Today's video deals about flatulence or gas problems. What is this flatus or flatulence due to? This is just passing of excess gas formed in the digestive tract through the anus. So why does gas form in the digestive tract? This forms because of the normal digestive processes which involve bacteria in the gut. There are friendly, helpful bacteria in the gut, in the small intestine and in the large intestine, which helps in the digestion, especially of undigestible carbohydrates. These undigestible carbohydrates are being fermented upon by our friendly or helpful bacteria. When these are fermented, gas is released. This gas, if it releases through the anal orifice, is the reason for flatus or flatulence. So, do people normally pass flatus? Yes, every one of us do, knowingly or unknowingly. The frequency may range from 5 to 20 times per day normally. It may be slightly smelly or without a smell. So it is not abnormal at all. So when does this flatulence or flatus increases in frequency? As we have already seen, it is because of the undigestible carbohydrates. So if you eat a lot of these undigestible carbohydrates, you tend to pass lot more flatus. Which of the foods contain these undigestible carbohydrates and in turn causes excess flatulence? Foods like beans, lentils, vegetables like cabbage, broccoli and cauliflower, onions, potatoes, whole grains like wheat containing pasta. So these things can cause flatulence because they contain excess of these undigestible carbohydrates. Fruits also contain fructose, so this again may lead to flatulence. So excess ingestion of fruits, fruit drinks may cause this flatulence. Also carbonated beverages themselves contain lots of gas. Again this may lead to flatulence. Some of the medical conditions like the diseases we have may result in increased flatulence, like irritable bowel syndrome, where you have alternating constipation and diarrhea, you may have flatulence. Constipation by itself may cause flatulence because it increases the time food remains in the digestive tract. Because food remains in the digestive tract for a long time, bacteria have a long time to ferment, so more gas is produced, so it might result in flatulence. By the same logic, any food containing fats will slow the digestive process. So again, if you eat lot of fatty food, this may lead to flatulence. Drugs, if ingested for some other purpose like antibiotics, may damage the bacteria, so your bacterial composition may get altered. This might result in flatulence, especially a foul smelling flatulence. So if you have friendly bacteria, this might result in different odor. If you have different set of bacteria, it might result in a different odor. Similarly, drugs like NSAID, which are commonly used for pain, cholesterol lowering drugs. So some of the drugs may increase the flatulence. Some persons have lactose intolerance. Especially this lactose intolerance becomes more and more as we grow older. So as kids, we have enzyme to digest this lactose or milk sugar. But as we grow older, the need is not there. So many of us lose this enzyme lactase. So we have lactose intolerance. So in such individuals, dairy products may lead to similar problems of increased flatulence and bloating and gas. So how to reduce this flatulence? We have to avoid foods. Not every food causes the same amount of flatulence in every person. In fact, we can go on to say not the same food causes flatulence in the same person at all times. So what you have to do is try and eliminate one by one. Do by a trial and error method. Try to avoid the aforementioned foods one by one and see whichever helps. So, because most of these foods like fruits, vegetables and your lentils, these are healthy foods, you need not avoid all of them at one go. Try eliminating one by one. Whichever suits you, you can choose a better alternative. You can choose alternatives like bananas, citrus fruits, grapes, which don't cause flatulence. Sometimes even in those persons with lactose intolerance, dairy products may be problematic, but taking yogurt or curd might be okay. So you can replace such foods and try. Artificial sweeteners present in fruit drinks, slimming agents like sorbitol, mannitol, xylitol, these are undigestible. They tend to cause lot of flatulence. So if you are using them, you can avoid them. Decrease the fatty food intake because excess of fat slows down the absorption. So reduce the fatty foods, you can reduce flatulence. High fiber diet, even though very good for digestion to reduce the cholesterol, so it is generally very good, but if you have lot of flatulence of late, you can avoid high fiber diet for a shorter duration of time. You can re-add them in smaller quantities, go on increasing the quantity after 1 or 2 weeks. Probably you will not have the same effect of excess flatulence. When should you visit the doctor for flatulence or flatus? When you have abdominal pain, when you have constipation and diarrhea or alternating constipation and diarrhea. So you tend to have constipation for a few days following the diarrhea. If you have such symptoms, you should visit the doctor. When you have obvious serious signs and symptoms like weight loss, bleeding in the stools or incontinence of stools, that is you don't know when you have passed stools, you don't have your voluntary control. So these signs denote usually sinister diseases. Again, if you have flatulence, in addition to these signs, you have to visit the doctor immediately. Friends, this was a short video on flatus or flatulence. Not every gas which passes through the anus is abnormal, but if you have flatulence with other symptoms, visit the doctor to get the relief. If you like this video, kindly share it among your friends and relatives. If you want to see such videos, subscribe to this channel. Till we meet again, bye.